Hello everyone and welcome to a new process video. I am working on some photos from New York, March 2024. And as you can see, I went to see Merrily We Roll Along at the Hudson Theater on Broadway. And I wanted to see it because it starred both Daniel Radcliffe and Jonathan Groff. So I figured that was a once in a lifetime opportunity to see both of them. So I did get to go, which was awesome. And now I'm working on a page for it. And this one's actually going to be back to back. So my plan is to do this photo here. This is a 4x6 slot. So I have to design something for behind that. And then this one will go on the back side. And I cut this out from the playbill, and now I'm thinking maybe I should cut it along these edges. Just fussy cut it because it would look cooler. So I may do that as well, but it's going to go on the back side. And then because these match, we've got black, white, red in both of them, I'm going to do some sequins down here in the bottom pocket. And I might work in some yellow or gold as well, just because it is in this photo and it's kind of a neutral in a way. The gold is, if I use it with this, I don't think it would detract from anything. So that's my current plan. I do have my fuse tool plugged in already. It's not quite ready to go yet, but it is plugged in and heating. So I think maybe what I'll have to do first is decide on what am I doing for the background here. I do have a mix of stuff for theater. I have a bunch of papers. Obviously this one is too big. It would go perfectly, but it's too big. I bought this a long time ago, and unless I'm doing a 6x12 album, I'm not sure how I'm ever going to use that because it's too big. Even at a 6x8, I think that's too big. Maybe I could cut off a little, but there's other papers in there too. And then I have this, which also has some theater/performance stuff in it. And then I have this little bag that has a bunch of cards, both 4x6 and 3x4, plus some sayings. I also have more digital files that I could reprint because I've used some of them, but not all of them. So I do have options here. So I just have to figure out what's going to look the best for a background. Nothing else that I had worked in terms of my papers. I even pulled out my 4x6 cards here, which I thought I had more than this. I really only have one that's at the ready. And I thought maybe it would just be a pattern because I saw red. But no, it actually says something, so that doesn't work. Don't want to cover that up. So I grabbed up my red scraps. And in there, I actually have this. I wasn't thinking that I wanted it really to be a pattern like that. But I absolutely love this show, so the hearts are kind of fitting. And it's about 3 friends and their friendship that happens ups and downs throughout the years. And I feel like maybe this paper is okay. Obviously, I would have to mat it on something. And I'm thinking maybe gray because it would match this on the other side. Not that it has to, but it would match. So that's what I'm thinking right now. So I think I'm just going to cut this down to a 4x6 and just see what I think of it when it's actually to size and in the pocket, because if I see it and hate it, then it's a moot point. All right, so when I see it in here, I actually really like it. So I am going to have a mat of some type, but then I also noticed, look at the other side. It's the yellowy gold. So I could fussy cut this and you would just see a little bit at the top. And I kind of like the idea of that rather than having this be a full 4x6. It'll just bring in a little bit more of that color. So I'm going to take a chance, I think, and do that. So I cut around the top and I love it. And actually I've decided I'm going to cut along this edge here too, because you can't see them in the pictures that are over here. So I don't need it, and it would allow a little bit more of that paper to show through. So now I'm going to cut that as well. This will be easy. I could do it on my trimmer, but my scissors are right here. So I'm just going to do it freehand. Get as close to that line as I can. There we go. And then we'll take a look at, what it will look like. I love that. I love that a little bit more of that is going to show through, but I still have a straight edge on this side. Awesome. So I can actually glue this down on this side, and then I just have to figure out my mat for this side. All right, I cut a piece of cardstock to be 3.5 by 4.5. That's a little bit wider than what I normally do, but I actually like that to bring in some more of that gray tone, so that's good. And then I have all of these digital ephemera pieces printed, so I can just play with what I've got there. I probably will need to bring in some of the gold to both sides, but we'll see what I find. All right, so I adhered this. It's a little bit wrinkly because this paper is very thin, but I made it work, it's on there. But now for this side, I put adhesive on here, but luckily I didn't stick it down yet because I wasn't quite sure what I was gonna do with all of this. I think I actually need some more white in there because this gray is a little bit darker. I want white from here, so I think I'm gonna put this on, use this, and then stamp something in the middle. I do have several stamp sets that are all about entertainment, so music, theater, artsy stuff, that kind of thing. So I'm going to get those out and then figure out what to stamp here. I have pulled out this stamp set. This is an old one from Kelly Perky from 2016. Yes, I've had it a long time. It's called Playlist, so if you like it, I'm sure it's not readily available, but maybe eBay. So I'm going to use the one that says la 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 la. It fits perfectly, if I'm careful, right in the center of the circle. And because I have a lot of black and dark happening here, I think I am actually going to do a red ink for the center. Ta-da! It's all stamped and ready to go, and I love how that turned out. I definitely think that was the right choice. And I have just got ink all over me. So when I am done with this, I am really gonna have to wash up here. But I don't mind it. It shows I'm getting a lot done, right? All right, so let's make sure we have this going the right way. Yes, okay, so here, I think I want it a little bit more, placed more towards the bottom so that I have room for the circle. I think that's good. And then this will go right up here like that. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, let's attach that. There we go, about like that. How does that look? I think that's good. All right, so that will be there. The other side. Do I need to add something over here though? I know the sequins will add a lot, but it does feel kind of flat. Maybe something in black here. Welcome to the show. That kind of blends in though. What have I got here? Ooh, maybe this. All of the phrases that were black in the background are too dark. So I think I'm gonna go with this one that just says in the spotlight, and they definitely were. And I will just kind of do it like a little off kilter like this is, so that they look like they go together. And I don't think I lose too much of this, but I get that nice pop of white there. For my sequins, I have some choices already out here. I have this yellow, white, and clear mix because I think that will match nicely. I almost forgot I had these. These are from Felicity Jane way back in the day. They're black stars. And I kind of forget I have them because they're not in front of me and I don't keep them with the rest of these, so better use them while I can. And then I have these two options for red, and I'm not sure which ones I like better. So I think I'm gonna put these first in here and then I'll decide on this. There is my sequin mix. I decided to go with the disc, the one that looks like a little record. I decided to go with that. Since I had stars already, I needed something that was going to jump out a little bit more, and I thought maybe that was the way to go. So I've mixed them all up here fairly well, I think. I will put them in the pocket, and then I will seal it with my fuse tool. Look at that. It is all closed up, and I love the way that looks. I'm really trying lately to not overfill the pockets so that they move around better in there, and I'm very happy. I think this was like just the right amount. Didn't have to put any back, so I used everything that was in there, and it's just the right amount. So here's another one done for New York. Thanks for watching.